So the Mummy is being redone one more time. And I'm talking about we're doing a little different, changing a little bit because, we've always tried to stew on, I would say the Brendan Fraser ones where, and into the whole like, oh, we're going to do it like as an action adventure, right? Comedy, gold, all that. The Tom Cruise one was very Tom Cruise. Like, I remember he added this scene where he had to run. He's like, it's missing me running. It's missing me running. So run, Tom, run. Run, Tom, run. They added that. Love you, fucking Tom Cruise. Round of applause for Tom Cruise. Friend of the show. Friend of the show. Don't buzz him. Friend of the show. But now, Lee Cronin is coming in to do this whole new Mummy movie. Lee Cronin with New Line Cinema have officially got Atomic Monster, Blumhouse. You got Cronin's his company Doppelganger's banner coming in to produce the film. And on top of that, they have a new cast. They have Jack Rayner coming in. Now, Jack Rayner has done some things. He's not a big name. The Perfect Couple was one of the biggest things he's done recently. He's coming in to be the lead. Now, he's being cast as he's like a husband and a father who runs afoul of a supernaturally sinister forces. And what they're saying, what Cronin said about this was this will be unlike any Mummy movie you've ever laid your eyeballs on before. I'm digging deep into the earth to raise something very ancient and very frightening. And the word in the street about this is going to be much more of like a horror-based Mummy movie. We're talking about that getting into it being no jokes, none of that. This is thriller or horror. We're really delving deep in it. A little bit lower budget, too, on top of that, of course. The last ones didn't do as well. So they're probably – Tom Cruise one it got bombed, And I hate to say it got bombed, but it did. That was supposed to build the whole dark universe. I don't know if you guys remember that. The dark universe going to happen. Was it Javier Bardem or Benicio del Toro was supposed to be in it. Johnny Depp was supposed to be an Invisible Man. You had it was supposed to be this big thing. And it was supposed to start Tom Cruise as the Mummy, and you had Jekyll and Hyde played by Russell Crowe, and you had this whole mega, universe building, the dark universe they called it, epic universe too. I mean, it was great. Angelina Jolie was with the Bride Frankenstein. They had like a big cast, and then this bombed. And unfortunately, that just stopped the whole thing. So Universal put this all to the back burner. I think them diving in this way is interesting because they are spinning it off, lower budget, but also a bigger concept, trying a different take on it. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. I love the Mummy stuff. But you know what? To me personally, there was a rumor for a while back about a new Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser, and I was like, you know what? At this point, with his star rating going higher, I'm like, fuck, man, bring Brendan Fraser back. But you know what? Hopefully this does really well. But dude, Brendan Fraser, man, friend of the fucking show, man. Friend of the show. I would love to see him do it more. I know he's not like Mummy action star anymore, but like, come on, give him a chance. If freaking Indiana Jones 3 could have, Harrison Ford and his dad, you could do anything. You could do anything. You know what I mean? I just think he could have. But you know what, GR, I see you shaking your head a little bit. I see GR. He goes, I told GR he was hesitant about this. GR, what do you think? Can the Mummy franchise thrive in 2020? Well, it's going to start in October. So 2026, can it thrive and drive the dark universe back to life, GR?
Yeah, for one reason, they're going back to the roots of the show.
There you go.
The original Mummy, if you go back to the early 30s, was a horror movie. Just like Frankenstein and Dracula. They were all horrors. They weren't action bullshit movies. They weren't comedies. Yeah, there you go. And that's the guy that played the original Mummy right there.
But did you not like the Brendan Fraser versions, GR?
Oh, it was cute, but it wasn't a Mummy movie. It was, it was a cute comedy for him.
Okay. How about the Tom Cruise one? Did you ever see that one? Was that something that, did it irk you from the inside?
That may have been the worst movie Kruse ever made.
Oh, fuck, GR.
Let me write that down.
That's saying a lot because he's made a lot of movies. It's saying a lot. People hate on some of his movies.
I watched it and I almost threw up. It was so bad.
How was that running form though? It was fucking perfect, right? Always is.
Oh, that was normal. I got my hands like.
I loved it.
I can run.
Love you, Tom. Tom Cruise didn't do no wrong in my book, GR. So I love that Mummy movie. I still enjoyed it. I think it wasn't what it was supposed to be to make a
But
whole.
you love every movie, Brian.
I love most movies.
I love you, bud, but
someone's gotta love shit. You're gonna hate shit. I can love shit. Come on, GR. But is there anything that you think that would? Okay, so you got this young actor right here. You got young actor. Do you think that's the route to go, or do you think they should have gone with more of an established person?
Bad picture.
why not try somebody new? There's not enough jobs in Hollywood as it is, so why not give it to somebody new?
But they're going to wrap him up. He's a mummy. You're not going to see him.
He's going to be the father, so the mummy will not be him. He'll just be the father figure who it's kind of like the Brendan Fraser kind of character. If you
so he's going to be the daddy then to the mummy.
Yeah, I mean, like he's gonna be your daddy, maybe. GR, I don't know. I'm not a mummy daddy. I'm just saying, mummy daddy is not a thing here. Jonathan, were you ever excited about these mummy movies? And do you think that what GR said is like going back to the roots of the horror genre is the best route to drive, and even like Gen Z. Do you think they're gonna be all about this with a horror-based mummy movie?
I think people are going to love it. I don't know anything about the Tom Cruise. I didn't even know that was a thing.
You didn't see it? Oh, gotta watch that. Put it on your fucking Netflix queue. It's not on Netflix. It's somewhere.
I will find it. But here's the thing: Universal Studios.
You don't have to waste your time.
Oh, GR, give the time alone.
I already have it written down on my list of things GR hates. Tom Cruise is the mummy. Okay, so Universal Studios in Orlando has opened another theme park, and it's big news down here in the Southeast. It's called Epic Universe. And in Epic Universe, there are different sections. One is the Mario Land, right? Another one is called Dark Universe. And Dark Universe is all the classic Hollywood monsters, the Mummy, Frankenstein, Dracula. You go through the castles, there's a ride in each of the whatever, you get it. So I think that's where they got this idea from. I bet they thought it was going to be huge and built a theme park section around it.
Yeah.
Maybe they're wrong, but I'll tell you, I like that these classic characters, the Mummy, Frankenstein, all of them, I like that they're doing different iterations, different versions of each character. I'm not sad that there's, what's the Frankenstein, the comedy one?
Bride of Frankenstein.
Bride of Frankenstein, the comedy movie. And that
Young Frankenstein.
Thank you. Young Frankenstein.
Oh,
Frankenstein.
Bride of Frankenstein's the new one.
That there's a young Frankenstein and that there's an original Frankenstein. The more of these classic monsters we can have, the better. And I love horror films. So I'm in. Let's go.
You're down for it. I can't believe you haven't seen the Tom Cruise one.
I didn't even know it existed.
Dude, how'd you not know? There's a whole thing with the Dark Universe, whole thing. Oh, Dave's here, right? Dave knows. Fucking watch it, right, Dave? Dave, come on.
You're right.
I know, Dave. Of course I'm right. Of course I'm right, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, I'm saying thank you,
There's
Dave.
no need to get personal.
I'm not getting personal, Dave. I know. Get your internet fixed. Carter, what do you think about this too, man? Like, were you ever a fan of the Mummy movies? I think you're pretty excited about Brendan Fraser, right? But when it comes down to the Tom Cruise one, that was supposed to be this big fucking hit, big box office thing. We're gonna go back to the roots now. We're going back to the roots. We're gonna get this to be like this dark horror movie based type franchise. Is that something that you think that people want to see, or do you want to see that, Carter?
Personally, I think anything goes with Hollywood right now because of everything that's going on politically and otherwise. But personally, I grew up with Brendan Fraser, The Mummy Returns, etc. I didn't see the last one he did in 2008, but I heard that one was Don't Waste Your Time, Don't Waste Your Money.
The third one, yeah. Don't watch that. Jet Li is great, but fuck that.
Yeah, I heard Tomb of the Dragon Emperor was horrific, but I will definitely agree with GR. I did see the one with Tom Cruise. It was not good. I mean, Tom Cruise is a really good thing about that, about seeing that movie. I actually do appreciate Tom Cruise's career. I feel like he's done some really, really good things, some not so hot, but he's done his part. So as far as your question about the next generation enjoying a mummy horror film, never say never to possibilities. I think Gen Z has a variety and a plethora of diverse topics with the help of social media. So I think that The Mummy could be something relevant again for the next generation, depending on how The Mummy does as a horror film. If they attach it to social media in the right way, that can grab Gen Z's attention.
I think that they probably could. It all depends on, like, the biggest thing is like the social media like blueprint they set out. If they set it out a certain way where they can get those viewers, get those eyes on the actual product with the teasers, the under 30-second type spots, that's what draws people in. It always does. Like, I'll tell you, like even like with Cruise Control, guys, like I just put like these shorts out recently in like 30 seconds to a minute. We got like 35,000 views on one. You know what I mean? So it's like you just don't know that the short thing is at the attention span of these days. But Carter, my big question is this: you really didn't like that Tom Cruise movie? Come on, am I alone? Am I fucking alone here?
You are.
Tom Cruise did what he could with a script that was pretty mediocre in my mind.
It was pretty mediocre. It was.
So
If Tom Cruise can't save your movie's done for.
Chances are, yes, I can second
Thank
that.
you very much.
Oh, come on. But Carter, the horror basis, right? We're going horror film, though. We're going dark horror. Never seen this before, they're saying. Is that maybe, because here's what I think when I see that. Like, why isn't A24 doing this? Can you imagine like A24's Mummy movie? How cool would that fucking be? Like if we go that route, do you think that would be something that would really revolutionize the Mummy franchise?
Now that I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, A24, Brendan Fraser is the best actor role of The Whale. So The Whale, I think, was produced by A24, if I'm not mistaken. So if it can really basically give Brendan Fraser a comeback, it can give The Mummy a comeback as well and give it a wonderful horror feel that would definitely influence and inspire a new generation of viewers. Absolutely.
Dude, I want Brendan Fraser back, though. I want him to fucking come back. Like I would love. There was like a rumor that we talked about like a year ago about that he was in negotiations, talking about it, and then like fucking nothing, and that was like right after The Whale came out, and I was like, this is perfect. Like, throw his ass in there, get his ass, fucking put a fucking tighten that fucking gut up and get in there and fucking make it happen. You know what I mean? I love you, Brendan Fraser. Were you gonna say girdle? The girdle?
That's where he was going. You can tell.
I stopped myself, and
he stopped at the gur.
The girdle makes your rear end look bigger. The corset kind of sucks your midsection in.
Bigger. I don't know. Make it look bigger. Whatever you gotta do. Make it fucking put the butts in the fucking seats. But I was saying, I love him so much. Just a phenomenal actor. And I feel like he's gotten a lot of hate sometimes where he stepped away and he's back, like, get him fucking back in there. Get him fucking, because here's the biggest thing about him though, too, that happened. Like, he had the whole controversy, and I say hate because of the controversy when he stepped away because he was being didn't you hear about this before, Jonathan? Where a producer came up to him and was pretty much like, you have to have sex with me or you're not get the job. And it was like a male producer.
Let's go.
And they were putting like pressure on him, and he was not comfortable. He was in the work environment, and he got mad about it. Well, I think they want him to like something about, sucking the, you know what I mean? Something like that.
Yes, I do know what you mean.
You know what I mean? So he didn't want to do that, and he like blew this all up, and he walked away from Hollywood. And then they didn't want to hire him for a long time because he blew a bunch of shit up. Now he's back. The Whale kind of brought him back, and I think that's when he was like hottest. You know what I mean? And he stepped away. But I think give him his career back.
Sorry, I think we're all kind of shocked that the guy that was in those '90s Mummy movies won Best Actor. Won an Oscar for that. And when you look back at those Mummy movies and Encino Man, you're kind of like, you know what? Those were pretty good movies.
Pretty good movies. They're pretty good. They're fun.
And I commend him for not doing whatever was asked of him. And I think the new Mummy is going to be great for people who like movies like that. I don't think it's going to convert anybody. I also don't think that was the goal. I think the goal was to attract people that like movies like that, and it will.
I'm just happy that Chalamet is not casting it. That's all I care.
Chalamet, no!
Right, Pepe?
Wait a minute. I thought he was playing. I thought he was the Mummy.
There you go. That'd be fucking great. Put Chalamet as the No, I don't want Chalamet in this shit. Chalamet, I'm coming after you, man. I'm just saying. I think the horror genre is interesting. GR saying you're getting back to the roots. I still say, let's get Brendan Fraser in here somehow. Let's get him in here. Let's get him in here somehow. I don't know how. Just get him in here somehow.
Oh, he's not in the new one.
He's not. No, he's not.
He's probably tired and rich and maybe just doesn't feel like doing it anymore.
I don't. Carter, do you agree with that? He doesn't want to do it anymore. You don't think if Brendan Fraser got offered the Mummy, he wouldn't take it?
I believe he would. He actually talked about it like in certain videos that I've seen on YouTube and otherwise that, hey, with the right script, with the right people, I'm pretty sure he could come back and bring it back to life like he did back in the late 90s, early 2000s. But I would like to, if I may, Brian, kind of correct you a little bit on what the controversy was.
There we go. Give me Carter. There we go.
Yeah, sorry. A Golden Globe. It happened with the Golden Globes president. Apparently, supposedly, he was joking. He claimed he was joking around. Brendan Fraser. He was actually he grabbed him by the taint during a conversation, and that just basically appalled Brendan Fraser. Like in that moment, I mean, I think for any man to be grabbed in that way without consent would be, whoa, but you're getting a little bit too close, or this is very, very drastic. It's just especially when it's unwanted.
Or this, Fraser.
So
that's what you get from most guys.
Where exactly is that?
Between the front and the back. It tain't either or.
I honestly thought Pepe had something like prepped and ready to go for that. But thank you, GR.
I just wished I wasn't disappointed.
Sorry, Pep, I stole your line.
I just wanted to hear somebody explain that to me. That was nice.
Yeah.
Thank you
for that, Carter, because I knew it was something like that. It was something weird like that. I know he was like very vocal about it. So thank you for bringing that to the attention of the panel.
Because I apologize about that. I just want to make sure.
Carter, always fucking correct me if I say something that's wrong, please. If you don't, the chat will or the comments will, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, we'll talk about it later. Because I try my best, but I know there's like stuff like that I hear about. I'm like, there's something in this universe. So Carter, round of applause for Carter James, guys. Naked Lion, guys. Wait for the live show, but I'm just like, guys, I just think that it's unfortunate that happened to him. I think that he was like at this point in his career where he was just gonna keep freaking going again, like that game on The Price is Right, like they keep going up, like that's where his career was going, and I was hoping that he would keep going that way, but unfortunately, like people do shitty things in this town. They do shitty things. They just do. There's fucking assholes. There are.
If it was any other industry, can you imagine if you're the head of accounting and somebody who works in I don't know, office management or whatever, supply chains came over and grabbed you by the they would be in jail.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't even be.
No, he'd be in a grave if he did it to me.
But I'm just saying it wouldn't even be a as big a scandal, I guess. It would just be like, you broke the law, you're in jail, you're gone. I think with Hollywood, we sensationalize everything, and then we accept, and we give passes. And I don't know.
It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen.
But Jonathan, I really think those days are gone now between Diddy and the other asshole that's going to die in prison. I think the days of the Hollywood casting couch are slowly closing up.
Good.
Yeah, I
These
agree.
people are fucking
At least I hope so.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I agree
I
too.
still say pay actors fair wages, and it will fix a lot of problems.
Yeah. Pepe, any comments about that whole situation?
I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
Thanks, Pepe. Thank you, man.
That's what he said to Brandon, and look what happened.
Oh, shit. Pepe.
You some bad motherfuckers.
Yeah, yes, you are. Yes, you are, man.
The Pepe movie.
Right, Pepe?
Whoop, there it is.
Yep. All right. Guys, the Mummy's coming. Honestly, I still want Brendan Fraser, but you know what? I think we're kind of like, guys, kind of like on board for this kind of reboot. I think everybody thumbs up, thumbs down. And everybody, I feel like we're kind of thumbs. Yeah. Oh, GR, you wanted this. You said this was right.
Well, you asked, I said it's going back to its roots. That's all I said, Brian.
GR. Yeah, you
I don't think it's going to. Hey, I was honest. I don't think it's going to do well.
Yeah.
The Gen Zers won't be able to pay attention. It's more than 30 seconds long.
Good.
Well, we'll find out, GR. We'll find out very soon because the mummy is coming.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.